Today is December the 6th, 2012. Welcome to another edition of Joe's Politics 101. I've been sitting back here for the last week or so, well, since the election really, sort of watching this fiasco going on in Washington, D.C. And I've been thinking about this guy, the Speaker of the House, John Boehner. John, I call him the cry man baby, Boehner. You know, I have an opinion of John Boehner. Well, I have an opinion on all of them guys that's been elected and sent to the Congress to represent the different states, you know. Kentucky, Mr. Mitch McConnell, John Boehner, Mr. Ohio, and even those who's supposed to be representing us, like Steve Scalise and those kind of people that are ideologues that you know, we pay a lot of money to supposedly represent us. But, you know, they tell us all that bull crap while they're out there campaigning, that what they're going to do for us, how they're going to handle this and handle that. You know, and there are some people that actually believe that bull crap. But what happens is when they get to Washington and somebody offers them a few $1,000s or some extra money, they just forget about anything they told you or me. But tonight my subject is pretty much about John Boehner. John Boehner, you know, caught my attention back during the healthcare reform debate when he was on the floor of the House hollering hell no and crying and swelling all up like a big puffy baby. He's just not a leader. You know, he don't have any control over the people that he's supposed to be in charge of. You know, that's like a captain on a ship out in the middle of the ocean lose control of his darn crew. Well, hell, he might as well just go ahead and jump overboard. You know, John Boehner might as well just jump on overboard and see how far he can swim, because he's not the leader of the House. He's not the person that he's supposed to be. And just think, this guy is basically the third most populous, the powerfulest person in the government, the Speaker of the House. You know, well, the person that I think actually run the House of Representatives is that little grinning, skinning, gangster haircut looking dude, Cantor. He's the one that's, you know, got the little tea party, you know, the young guns and all of that mess about changing the way Social Security is and Medicare and Medicaid and all of that stuff. You know, these people need to get a grip. Taxes. You know, for people in the middle class, poor, low income, you know, whatever category you want to put them up to $250,000, if that's how you want to judge it out. You know, $250,000 is a long ways from a salary for anybody that I know. I don't know. I think I might know one or two people that make that much money working. And they're working more than one job, you know, and they're doing more than one type of business. So $250,000 is a lot of money, but it don't stretch that far. But these people like John Boehner, you know, who have over the years, you know, as long as he's been in the House of, he's been in the Congress, you know, he's a wealthy man. I mean, he made himself wealthy, selling his influence, peddling his influence. And he's been running the, so-called running the House of Representatives for the last 2 years. and nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. You know, he go talk to the president. He go back to his caucus in the House of Representatives, and they tell him what they ain't gonna do. You know, this thing about these tax cuts. You know, this didn't start yesterday. This didn't start just with George Bush. This all started back with Ronald Reagan, messing around with the tax codes and all of that stuff. You know, it used to be a time when poor people and low-end, middle-income people had some loopholes and write-offs that they could use, like interest that you pay on a loan, or a car note, or a finance company that you might borrow some money from. You could write that off on your taxes. Well, Ronald Reagan closed all those loopholes for, you know, pretty much the low-income people. You know, he didn't set no dollar amount on it. He just cut it for, you know, the low-income people, and left all type of loopholes open. The only thing he left for low and middle-income people to write off was the home mortgage deduction. That's the only thing that Ronald Reagan left. Ronald Reagan started all of this mess with this trickle-down economics, or fireplace side economics, and it has never worked. All of the things that you see the Republicans doing has been things that they've been trying to do forever. All of the different things, like these right-to-work states, you know, trying to get rid of unions. People don't realize the importance of having someone to speak up for you outside of the federal government or outside of your workplace. You know, because people will work you for pennies if they can. They'll deny you any benefits if they can. For anyone to work, this is my opinion. This is how I look at it. I've never wanted a job, just a job. I've always strived for a career. You know, something that if I spent 20 years working at, or 30 years working at, that at the end of that 30 years, I'll get something for all of the effort and all of the things that I did to make those people I work for rich. A union provides you with those type of benefits. Unions make sure that you get insurance, a retirement, a pension, you know, some leverage on just being somebody walking up to you and just firing you for no reason at all. You know, businesses that go to bankruptcy and pull all your pension and all of this stuff. That's what the unions represent. Protecting the workers. And right to work. That's why you see so many people trying to get away from the government, these state governments, these Republicans trying to get away from having unions over anything or anybody in their states. John Boehner is a supporter of all of those policies. This tax deal. You know, anytime a person making billions, millions, and billions of dollars is paying the same amount of money that you're paying as a working person, there's something wrong with that picture. It's got to be something wrong with that picture. How can you make so much more money than I make and you pay less taxes, or you paying at the same rate that I am? You know, it's always been my contention or understanding that the more money you make, the more taxes you pay. That's the idea. The more money you make, the more taxes you pay, which is understandable. Now, if you don't pay taxes to your city, to your state, to your government, then you don't have fire protection, police protection, EMS protection, city workers, somebody to take care of the streets, pick up the trash, do all of these things that the average working person is not going to do. You know, taxes finances the government. Now there's probably a lot of stuff that money gets spent on. You know, I was in the military, and I seen a lot of money that was wasted on little things that companies overcharge people. That's people hustling off the government. And that's much what John Boehner's been doing all his life, hustling off the government. You know, whether you know it or not, people are paid a good amount of money to have a career in the working for the federal government as a congressman or a senator or president. You know, presidents don't make $1 million a year, but you know, most of them are pretty well off anyway when they start. The point is, people like John Boehner, who's holding up laws or policies that could benefit people like myself and you out there, because they're trying to protect those people with a lot of money, those people who are in charge of things. We are paying the oil company subsidies from our tax dollars. We're paying these big corporation subsidies from our tax dollars. We're paying our congressmen, our senators from our tax dollars. And, you know, we don't benefit down here. We're not benefiting anything from it. People, let your voice be heard. Let your congressmen and your senators and your governors and your state representatives know that you understand that they're not working on your behalf and that their job is to work on your behalf. We need to wake up, people, and start speaking up about what we expect from these people, that we walk to that voter's booth and we punch that button or we pull that lever for or fill out that ballot for. We need to let these people know that they have a responsibility to the people that's putting them in office, not just some little small group of people that's giving them money for their campaigns and donating to their cause. I'm going to be posting some more things on YouTube here in the next couple of days, and I'm going to concentrate on my parish, which is St. Tammany Parish, my state, which is Louisiana, and the surrounding area. You know, and I'm going to draw some analogies between the cities of St. Tammany Parish and talk about a little bit of that. And as I leave out today, you know, I need some subscribers to my channel on YouTube. You can go to Joe Freeman, or you can go to Joe Dean's Politics 101, and you'll find me up there. I would appreciate your support on YouTube. And while I'm at it, let me plug my little book, Radical Republican Tea Party. I published it in December 2010. It's a pretty good little book. It's 123 pages long. It gives you some idea about what these people are about that we're discussing. You know, don't get the idea that I'm just bashing people because they're Republicans. That's not it. You know, and a lot of people give me that feedback every now and then. The reason I talk about the Republicans is because of their policies and their ideas. And with that, I'm going to move on, and God bless you, God bless America, and have a good day.